Pythagoras was a 6th century BC Greek philosopher and mathematician. He was born in 570 BC on the Greek island of Samos, situated in the eastern Aegean. He died in 495 BC in Metapontum. Pythagoras' instruction came from his contact and studies with the wise of many countries. He became acquainted with the priests in Egypt, and Babylon initiated him into the arcanum, including music, the mathematical sciences, and the sublime methods of worshipping the gods. About the year 529 BC, Pythagoras established his academy at Crotona in southern Italy, composed of several hundred disciples and auditors.
What Pythagoras contributed to the field of mathematics, more specifically geometry, was a wide variety of theorems and formulas. His most notable and famous contribution was discovering the Pythagorean theorem, which states that the square of the hypotenuse of a right-angled triangle is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. He also contributed many other theorems, such as the sum of the interior angles of any triangle is equal to the sum of two right angles, but going through them would take much more time than 4 minutes. Pythagoras, being not only a mathematician but also a philosopher and an astronomer, led his work to influence many great people throughout the years. Having been involved in this many fields of information led him to influence many people such as Plato and Kepler, and many more. His most famous influence being Plato, who is now considered one of the most pivotal figures in the development of philosophy.
It is seen that there is no written documentation of how Pythagoras proved his theorem, so future generations had difficulty accepting this theorem until others proved it later on. The original proof, however, was most likely geometrical in nature, and it is also interesting to note that modern-day academics accept the theorem, likely geometrical in nature. And it is also interesting to note that modern-day academics accept the theorem, of course, but are hesitant to accept. The areas of mathematics and real life that are built on or supported by Pythagoras' theorem include carpentry, architecture, construction, and general geometry, whilst also being a component of navigation, as it is used to find the most direct route from A to B, and also surveying, which is the process by which cartographers calculate to find the most direct route from A to B, and also surveying, which is the process by which cartographers calculate the numerical distances and heights between different points before creating a map. Because terrain is often uneven, surveyors must find ways to take measurements of distance in a systematic way. The Pythagorean theorem is uneven. Surveyors must find ways to take measurements of